Taylor from Daytime here with my weekly recap for this past week. I know this is Tuesday, not Monday. I'm sorry. I had a little bit of a crazy weekend. I'm hitting myself with my pen. Just a reminder that, like I said, this month is going to be chaotic. You might see a couple random solo recaps here and there. So yeah, let's get to it. Prodigal Son, Season 1, Episode 3, Fear Response. Basically, Malcolm they're doing a drug-induced crime. So he's starting to relive things from his past, and he's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. There's a leaf blower. Shut up. And, all this, I'm scratching my thumb, I'm sorry. All this chaoticness going on. Just absolutely insane. Absolutely, chaotic, and he realizes that he was probably chloroform drugged when he was younger, so that's what he has to do, is figure that out. And his sister, his mom, and Gil, which is Lou Diamond Phillips, all find out he's seeing his dad again, and his mom essentially told his dad, and I'm never going to see you again at the end of the episode goes in season. And I truly do think she had something to do with it, and hopefully last night's episode confirms that when I watch it. But that's about it. This is getting really interesting because I'm wondering if there's going to be another crime that connects to it. Oh my god. My bad. Okay, so then we have This Is Us, Season 4, Episode 3, Unhinged. Before I say anything else, y'all better start praising Timothy Omundson to the end of the world, because that man has been through hell and back, and Dan Fogelman, because he was a writer on Gallivant, which is how I really became a fan of Timothy's. But I also know him from like The Luck of the Irish when I was younger and a bunch of other stuff. 2.5 years ago, Timothy had a major stroke. It was catastrophic. He's been very candid in interviews about it. This was his debut back into primetime TV, because Dan Fogelman was like, I'm going to write a character for you. They're going to be suffering from a stroke. Boom. So happy to see you back, Timothy. So happy. So, into the episode, we're going to start with the past. It's the little of the big threes. You kind of realize that when they were younger, they really were close. But basically, Randall's trying to impress this black teacher he has, and I don't mean it in that sense. This African American teacher he has, and it doesn't work as well as it should. I'm trying to be respectful in how I say stuff, but it doesn't work. So he gets in trouble, and he has his first anxiety attack, and Kevin actually comes and saves the day and forges Rebecca's signature and like helps him out and is like, dude, you gotta calm down, please calm down. But of course that's not working. In the present, Kevin meets Cassidy, and he meets her son, and then Cassidy at Nikki's AA meetings, and it was a really fun scene. Oh dear, I just dropped the phone. It was a really fun scene to see and witness, and I don't know if Cassidy is going to wind up being his wife. This is something that I'm intrigued to see. Because I have a theory that little boy, while they're in Kevin's house with Rebecca in the end of season 3, that little boy is actually Jack and Lucy's kid. In terms of Kate and Toby, Kate discovers that Toby is losing weight and she's just gaining, and it's causing issues, and she's being spoken to by her new neighbor Gregory. He has a name, I found that out. And Gregory ends up being Timothy Omundson, and saying, oh well, if you I'm only complaining because my life's actually been worse than yours, and I have to walk every day. And at the end of the episode, she takes Audio and little Jack in her stroller and meets Gregory at the edge of the sidewalk, and they decide to walk together, and he's like, we're gonna be the toughest gang in the street. And I thought that was so beautifully done of a storyline, just so beautiful. Then there's Randall trying to be a city councilman and like how to be politics. And like, look, Bernice was right about the fire codes, boy. Don't mess with fire codes. But basically Bernice is like, you have no idea what to be politics, blah, blah, blah. You gotta get rid of J1 because J1 doesn't know what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. And he ends up firing Bernice, goes and meets J1. Because he's like, I gotta go talk to J1 about this proposal. Turns out the proposal is J1 has a girlfriend. Where is Hannah? Why haven't we seen her? So yeah, I was really happy to see their friendship blossom. And this episode was just a beautifully crafted episode. Then we have young Sheldon, season 3, episode 3, an entrepreneurist and Swan on the bottom. So the entrepreneurist part is Georgie's ordering candy and selling it for less than the vending machine in order to give Veronica a necklace, and she refuses because she doesn't want a gift from him. So at the end, he ends up getting her a candy necklace that only costs 10 cents, and he's like, you can wear it, you can eat it, I don't care. I kind of hope she doesn't become his ex-wife, because I actually really like their relationship a lot. The Swan on the bottom is Sheldon. Dr. Linklater asks Sheldon to come to a lecture, pretty much so that he can get closer to Mimo, but also because he knew it would entice Sheldon in order to get Mimo there. And Sheldon goes behind Mimo's back, calls Dr. Linklater, and is like, are you doing this just to see my Mimo? Tells Mimo, and basically he calls Mimo and his parents rude. And he gets grounded for a month, so he decides to take a bus from oh my god, where are they? He has to go to the hospital that Dr. Sturgis is in, and they end up finding him. Apparently that's not the only time they found him. I would like to know how much Jim Parsons knows about the show. I mean, obviously he's producer and he voices over, but does he know what's gonna happen next type deal? I'm really intrigued. So yeah, this is gonna be like really interesting to see where this goes with the Dr. Sturgis storyline. Mr. Robot, season 4, episode 2, 402 payment required. So, the B storyline is Dom gives the cover story in this interview, but they end up killing the guy that she interviewed because Janice didn't like the way she responded. A lot of people are saying she's the creepy snowman Janice in the subway. I don't know, that snowman was just, that was bizarre. And then I'm like wondering where everybody is. Like, where is Irving? Like, where are you people? But basically they're looking for Sharon Jacobs because Angela's father goes to Elliot, and I really liked that scene because they went back and forth between Elliot and Mr. Robot, the personalities. And you know, I need to help you, we need to get White Rose. And then Angela's father goes to White Rose and is like, I'm resigning from all these things, blah blah blah. But White Rose wasn't White Rose, it was in the minister attire. Well, I don't care, blah 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 blah. And then of course White Rose gets angry and knocks down an entirely beautifully decorated Christmas tree. So that confirms we are still not at Christmas, I think, because some people were confused by that. So then comes the big thing, which is Darlene and Elliot's mom passed away. We still don't know where Flipper or QWERTY are, where they are. And she has a safety deposit box, and Darlene's like mentioning stuff, including adoption papers for Elliot. We never got an answer to that one. So then Darlene, I can think, you know, they're revealing stuff. The safety deposit box was emptied because they like sent their mom something and the bank just emptied it, and of course they're pissed. But they find one of Elliot's old Walkman, and it's them as kids with Angela in the Washington Township Project, and they're just listening to it. And then comes the end. Darlene goes to Elliot Well, ever since Vera got back, and Elliot's like, Vera, and Mr. Robot's like, Vera, what? Vera being Sheila's ex-boyfriend. Oh, and Darlene lets Elliot know that she killed Sharon Jacobs. Darlene leaves, and Elliot and Mr. Robot are looking at each other like, who did she tell? Oh, she told the other one. Elliot has a third personality, which is what we've kind of been waiting for in the sense of people with personality disorders do tend to have more than two. We don't know who it is because they just showed younger Elliot with his mom coming to get him, and they go, oh, he's waiting for the other one. Could it be Tyrell? Could it be Irving? Could it be someone we had seen? It's obviously not Darlene. But I'm really intrigued to see where this goes. So, yeah. And then last but certainly not least is The Walking Dead. Season 10, Episode 2, We Are the End of the World. This is essentially the second part of last week's premiere. Basically, we got the introduction of Thora Birch's Gamma, as well as the backstory to Beta and Alpha. I'll start with the Gamma storyline. Gamma's sister is the one who had to give up the baby in the field last year, and she's having a lot of PTSD flashbacks because of it, because she doesn't know where the baby wound up. Don't worry, Connie saved your baby. And of course they're pissing everybody off, and Alpha takes her to like this cave underneath, and like basically like, because they're a cult, they literally are a cult. I think one can say that Yvette Nicole Brown said it on the show. I think Thora did as well. On The Talking Dead, Thora did as well. They are cult, or at the very least cult-like. So she is reborn, this sister, but then when they are out in the field bringing the herd back to Alexandria area, she sees the sun and she snaps and she goes after Alpha, and Gamma saves Alpha, not her sister. So she becomes Gamma, and Beta's like, So then is the flashback, which is 7 years prior, which would be around the time Rick got taken. But that's beside the point. The parallels between the Clear episode with Morgan, Beauty and the Beast, Phantom of the Opera, what was another one? There were a few, but they were not lost on me in this flashback. Basically Lydia and her mom, Alpha, are running away. Lydia's older than when Alpha killed her dad. Into this place, and there's Beta with a hat over his head, kind of like a burglar mask. In the very Beauty and the Beast like thing, you can only stay in here, not there, blah blah blah. So Lydia finally tells Alpha, I want to be more like you, and she's like, good, don't call me mama. Very abusive, very manipulative, very feel bad for Lydia. And they end up interacting with Beta quite a bit, and Beta and Alpha are made for each other because of their thought process in this world. And I thought that was very interesting to see. But basically, while looking for Lydia, Alpha stumbles upon Beta's lair and kills his best friend. They're in like a mental rehab hospital, I guess, or a rehab, or a I shouldn't have said mental hospital, but like a yeah, rehab would be a better name for that. My apologies, rehab would be a better name. And kills his best friend. She lifts up the hoodie, sees what's underneath Beta's mask, which we're apparently going to see later on. And convinces him to skin his friend's head, and that is the head he's wearing. And he also takes that friend's shirt. And that's kind of how they start. And the end of the episode, Beta goes to find Alpha, and she still has Lydia's bunny, which she told her to take away. She made like a crib for Lydia, and he's like, you lied to me. Lydia's not dead, is she? And they have this whole fight, and she breaks down, which is parallel to when he broke down over his friend dying, and Lydia told him, oh, she was just trying to save you. And then they have their mantra, which they work together, and then they go off back into the herd, which, by the way, the herd, before Alpha got jumped by the sister, saw the satellite, and then it ended with her looking up at Carol. So, yeah, this week in TV was interesting. My apologies for stuff that I said I should have thought before I spoke, but um, let me know what you all thought down in the comments down below about these shows, about what's gonna happen in terms of Prodigal Son. I haven't watched last night's, no spoilers for anybody. Let me know if you think the mom had anything to do with it. In terms of This Is Us, Gregory and Cassidy, how do you think those relationships are gonna turn out? And are we gonna see Hannah like ever? Oh, I forgot, that was the other thing. Deja found out that Malik has a kid. That was the thing I forgot in This Is Us. My bad. And she had a really great scene with Tess. Anyway, I was forgetting something. Young Sheldon, are we gonna see more of Dr. Sturgis at all? Mr. Robot, who is the third personality? What are these adoption papers? The Walking Dead. Gamma, more beta backstory, more of all this. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.